What's going on, everybody? Jedi Phoenix with you here, and wait a minute, no, that's not my line. Alright. That's not what I say. Okay, take two. Friends and neighbors, what's going on? Jedi Phoenix with you here once again. Glad to have you here. As always, if you are new to the channel, I bid you welcome. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything I got coming down the road. It also helps the channel grow. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook under Jedi Phoenix 1976. I will leave all of this in the description for the video. Alright. Now that we're taking care of that business, I have been very excited to show this off. You remember this, I think, right? This is the Legionnaire that I got from Crimson Dawn. And if you remember, the video I did for this, the review, I love the hilt, but I hated the sound core that came with it. Okay, it was an in-hilt, baselet, RGB, smooth swing, whatever, except I don't know if it was a, what do you call it, an earlier version of it, but the smooth swing wasn't as responsive as I would have liked. Something about it just seemed off. Like you would move it, it would swing the blade, and it would be slow to catch up. You would bring it back to guard like this, and it would sound like you kept on swinging it. It was just off. All right, it was very much off. So that was the one thing that always bothered me. But I found a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that on Dark Wolf Sabers, their website, they had a Xenopixel sound core at what I thought was a reasonable price. It was even on sale. All right. So I took a gamble, and what do you call it? I figured I would try my luck. Okay. I bought the core, swapped the old core out of this one, and, well, so, some of you watching this, you already know what a Xenopixel is. Alright, so I'm going to speak right now to those of you who don't know what the whole deal is with Xenopixel. Xenopixel is basically, from my understanding of it anyway, I'm no expert, but it's pretty much a lower tier, easier on the budget version of the NeoPixel sabers. When I say lower tier, I don't mean that it's crap. All right? Far from it. Just make sure my microphone was still on. I've had problems with that before. What I mean by lower tier is you have the normal soundboards like Profi, CFX, Golden Harvest, all of those. All right. Pretty much, when it comes to customization, the sky's the limit. You can do different blade styles, you can do different ignition styles, you can, I think, do color styles, you can add fonts, you can do gesture control, the works. You can just pretty much, once you learn how to do it, the programming, you can pretty much just go crazy. you know. Xenopixel doesn't quite work like that. You're limited to whatever blade styles, ignition styles are already pre-installed on the soundboard. And you can't change them. You can add gesture control. There we go. You know, to start it up and shut it down. And you can add fonts. Okay, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I gotta look into it. You know, there are guides out there. When I do figure it out, I plan on adding, you know, sound fonts to this. But that's pretty much a Xenopixel, you know, and it is easier on the budget, I think, than normal NeoPixel sabers. I think the core was on sale at Darkwolf for 120. You know, not that bad. Not that bad compared to what you might be paying for, you know, a few hundred for a regular NeoPixel saber at minimum. You know, not only that, but it's in the LGT core, so you can pretty much get a Xenopixel, excuse me, a Xenopixel core, and swap it out in any, you know, of the Eco Sabers, you know. So, all right, but I wanted to show this off because there are different blade styles on here, but you'll see as we go along, there are different ignition styles. And there's also, I kid you not, about 40 or so fonts on here. About that. So this thing came loaded. You know, I mean, I'm okay with whatever blade styles and ignition styles are already on here. I don't need all the bells and whistles. So, you know, if you're someone like that, then, you know, Xenopixel might be an option to consider. You know, I do prefer baselit by and large, but I couldn't pass this up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to kill the lights, and I'm going to show off a couple of blade styles on here, a couple of ignition styles, and then we'll get to the fonts because I have all other you know, blade and ignition styles spread out. You know, that's the other thing you can do. I'm getting ahead of myself. You can set up each font to have a specific blade style and ignition style with what's already on here. You know? So, you can program a little bit. You can customize it a little bit. You're limited, but they do have the ability. So, I'm going to kill the lights. Okay. So this is pretty much the default font. I have the sound on low. But, alright. So this is the normal blade color. The controls, by the way, work, hang on, so you can see me. The controls work pretty much the same as a regular RGBX that we're used to. You know, it's nothing tricky. One blink for the blaster effect. Hold it down, you got the blade lock up. And 2 blinks for the color change. Give that a a minute. And then you just push it to lock the color in effect. 3 blinks to shut it down, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then while it is off, it's 1 blink to change the blade effect, 2 blinks to change the ignition style, 3 blinks to change, well, no, wait a minute, I'm getting that wrong. You think I figure out how to do this by now? Alright. Okay, 1 blink for the sound. That's what I had wrong.
Volume high.
So as you can tell, that's rather loud. So yeah, right, 1 blink for the sound, 2 blinks for the blade effect. Alright. So I have this right now set up for a rainbow blade. Which looks like that. It is rather bright. I do like that gesture control. Alright, so besides the rainbow blade, they also have what they call a candy blade.
Candy blade.
Which kind of looks like that. I don't know how well it's going to come out with the camera. That is kind of funky. That is another thing I like. When you do the blaster shot, it kind of jumps all over the blade. Alright. Alright, there are a couple of ignition setups I'm going to start with before I get into the other fonts.
Blaster blade.
Alright, this blaster blade, this is a little unusual. The first time I did this, I thought I broke the blade or the neopins or whatever. You don't see anything, even though it is lit up, well, it is turned on. But if you do the blaster shots, there's like a strobe effect. Which is weird. Otherwise, if I just swing it around, I don't get any blade effect. You know? So that's the blaster blade. Next we have
Ghost blade.
The ghost blade. This is kind of funky. So if I'm holding the blade still, you don't see anything. But if I move it, and the more I move the blade, so the motion lights it up, which is different. Alright. So now we're going to get into the fonts themselves, and as I said, I've got some different ignition setups and whatever have you with each particular font. So sit back, relax, and I'll play some music.
Kylo Ren.
That's a standard. Some of the fonts on here are the usual LGT, that we're used to. Kylo, Rey, Ben Solo, all that. But Dark Wolf put a bunch of fonts on here that I haven't heard anywhere. Maybe some of you have. We'll go through it as, we go along. But anyways, that's the Rey. I do like that gesture control.
The Dark Sword.
Okay. So, yes, this is the Darksaber, but you remember I told you there are different ignition styles? Can't really see the lockup on that back color, but I kind of like that color for Darksaber.
There's a cunning warrior.
You were the chosen one!
And he was a good friend.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
I might get a copyright buzz for that, but whatever. I don't care. You can see that. Alright, moving along. The other nice thing is the sound core remembers what ignition style and color you have assigned to each font. It won't change it unless you do. By the way, as a side note, this blade itself isn't the usual LGT blade. I found Bendu Armory has with the lighter NeoPixel blades. I like the feel of it a little more. You don't want to do it with the lighter blades. You do it with the heavy ones, but I don't do it with the NeoPixel. I just swing it around. So. Moving along.
Haven't bothered cause.
Why did that sound off to me? There we go. And Bendu Armory, they sand the blades if you want them. And as a result, they come out brighter, I think. So, by the way, they call this a fire blade style. I don't know how well it's going to come out on camera. They have the standard blade, they have pulse, two different versions of unstable than the fire blade. So this one's fire blade.
Then Solo.
There we go. Don't want to smack the blade too hard.
You will take the throne.
I kind of like that one. I gotta admit. Wait a minute, let me. A little bit of oomph behind it. Back up a bit so you can see the full blade. So all these so far, you notice, have been the usual LGT blade fonts.
I've become more powerful than any Jedi.
Yep, we got Dooku. Smooth Swing is pretty responsive too. So needless to say, I've been having a lot of fun with this ever since I got it. So just kind of reinforces how nice the hilt is, you know. This has probably become one of my favorites right now. One of my favorite sabers. So
Hello there.
the only drawback to having so many fonts on this is if you accidentally go by the one that you wanted, you have to cycle through them all again to get to the one that you were looking for before.
Darkness.
Okay. So I don't know how well it's going to come on camera. This is the first version of Unstable. classics. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be Luke's from Empire, although the startup is a little different. Yep. That might be the last of the classic fonts, I'm not sure.
The General, to me she's royalty.
Okay, no, not yet. Kind of a tent right there. The other cool thing about this hilt, I think, is, of course near the emitter you can have a choke point, but if all you're just doing is really swinging it around, you can grab it right around here. That's one reason I like the lighter in weight, blades from Bendu Armory. The LGT ones, the weight in the blade, I'm not crazy about the way it feels. Right now, all the weight is pretty much in the hilt as I'm holding it. So it's a little more comfortable to swing. Alright, what else we got on here?
300 years ago, I found your empire in the stars and stood against the Emperor himself. I was betrayed, defeated. I paid the price as the Emperor ravaged my mind over centuries. But I gave him nothing. I am proof that the dark side can be resisted.
I think that's supposed to be Revan. I'm not sure. But the reason I think it's Revan is because the swing sound, it sounds familiar, even if the boot up sound didn't. Alright, I think we're going to start getting into the, I don't want to say the unusual fonts, but not the usual LGT ones is what I mean.
Vader can't stop me now. Nothing can.
And I'm pretty sure that's Star Killer. That's the second version of Unstable. which I like more than the first one. I don't know if you can see the flicker. Kind of like that startup.
Ascension.
Not sure who that's supposed to be, but
Stasis.
some of these I don't know if they're available for purchase or if they're just exclusive to the core itself. It's got a little bass to it. Try that one again. Some of these, you're have fun, man. And I think with this one, when you turn it off,
Luke Skywalker.
pretty sure it's supposed to be classic Luke from Return of the Jedi. There's two different pitches to this. I just realized it. See, there's that. And then that. Very cool. Alright, keep going. Dark Wolf has their own font. Wolves near the microphone. Very funky. Try that again. Now I think this one, instead of drawing back into the hilt, I think it kind of did like that. Kind of met in the middle. Yep.
Cyber terror.
It's all about bass. Yep, Bumblebee's got his own font. So I thought that one had to get a little funky. Try that again for you. There's no sound with the lockup. But there is a blaster shot though. So. Alright, moving along.
General Grievous.
I switched the colors by accident. Hang on. Let me get back to where we were. But yeah, all the colors around here. Alright, live with that. There we go.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
I was trying to do this, Soka. Failed miserably. That's alright. Speaker's not really the best either. I mean, it's the usual one that we get with the LGT cores, but it is what it is. Alright, I am not sure what this one is. Well, I'll turn it on and see. Sounds like somebody yelling when you turn it on. But I don't know what that sound is supposed to be. Obviously that's a sword. But here's where it gets funky when you turn it off. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It plays a different one sometimes when you turn it off. Give it a listen. Sounds like somebody getting butchered. I don't know. Some from Game of Thrones, maybe? I don't know. But some kind of speeder. Let me do that startup again for you. See, I meet in the middle. Not sure what the name of this one is, but different sounds when I pause, I notice. And then when you're going to shut it off, yep. Very cool though, I will admit.
Thank the maker. This oil bath is going to feel so good.
Apparently they gave 3PO his own font. There we go. There we go, I spin it the wrong way.
Cybernetic revolution.
Still can't do it. Can't do the Obi-Wan. That's alright.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Definitely Vader. That's weird. It's a bit unusual. Or maybe I just never triggered that sound on that one before.
Codex of Light.
That's bright. Yeah, some of these aren't making the sound when it goes to the clash. Could be an easy charge too. Maybe. But or maybe it's just that particular font that doesn't have a clash effect. Some of them don't.
Dark Ages.
This one I think is meant to be more of a sword effect. Because if you do the blaster shots, sounds like an arrow.
Hatred.
Not sure what those are supposed to be.
Serenity.
Still have a few more to go, too.
The champion.
Turn it the wrong way again. There we go.
The Dark Lord revisited.
I think this is supposed to be like a second look at Vader's.
The learner. The second. The teacher.
One more after this one, I think.
Whispers of power.
Okay, pretty sure this is the last one. And there's that unstable effect, that flicker. I do like that. And that is it. I'm pretty sure the next one...
You said it yourself. Everybody leaves you.
Yep. And if you remember, we're still in the Ghost Blade. Alright. Well, get my lights back on. So that is the Xenopixel. Like I said, this one came from Dark Wolf. Pretty much any LGT vendor out there has it. I don't know if all these fonts are on the same cores that other companies sell, or if some of these are exclusive to Dark Wolf. But I would say, hang on. There we go. I would say if you're not needing all the bells and whistles, if you're not worried about being able to program everything, and you want a more budget-friendly NeoPixel, you know, you might want to look into doing a Xenopixel. Alright. That is going to do it for this video. I do have some other videos planned. It's just a matter of getting the time to film them. I do have 2 sabers still out there that I'm waiting to be shipped out. I got one from Saberforge that I'm hoping will be shipped out maybe the end of this month, end of March, maybe first week of April. And my Vader's Vault that I've been waiting on since the end of May should be shipping out at the end of this month, maybe even sooner than that. And of course, at the end of the month, we got the big Saber Trio opening, so I will wish you all luck on that in advance. Yeah, that's going to do it for this. If you have not already, please subscribe. It does help me out, and make sure that you don't miss anything. And that's it. Until the next video, as always, be good, be well, be safe, and be happy.